What is going on, you guys? My name is Josh, also known as Harry Tornado. I'm sure you guys know me, so I'm just gonna not spend too much time on myself. But I want to introduce my guest to you guys because, in the grand scheme of things, you're a pretty small reseller content creator, especially like you had a big blow up recently, and that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. But a couple weeks ago, you had like 400 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah, right before I went on the podcast, I had 448 subscribers, or right before it went live. So yeah, it was small. I mean, I had seen some good growth in October and done some like fun collabs. Brittany, as you know, we did like a reseller hangout and some other fun things here and there. But no, yeah, it was small. I just started late August, and then yeah, I had this blow up, which I'm sure we'll get into. But now what, 5.5 thousand, something crazy.
Yeah,
so,
that's
cool.
That's awesome. It's definitely, if you guys don't know Graham Stephan, I linked his channel in the description. I also linked. Oh, I guess I should introduce you. This is Taylor.
Hi.
What's your YouTube channel? Spell it out, even though I haven't.
It's just, I mean, Taylor Bell, if you type in my name, but I think,
okay.
Yeah, if you type in, Taylor Bell, I'll come up.
Okay, so YouTube is just Taylor Bell, and Instagram you're like Tay K Bell.
Yeah, TAY letter K BELL. K is
Got it.
The middle name. Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, I heard about you. So I watch Graham Stephan's channel all the time, all of his channels, including the podcast. And I saw you on, I just saw the podcast and I didn't know you at the time. I was like, oh, that's cool that he has a reseller on there. You were talking about buying stuff at Goodwill, and I was like, oh, that's me. That's what I do. That's interesting that they're finally, Graham and Jack are finally talking about flipping Goodwill stuff.
Yep.
And then when I was interviewing Brittany, Essential Endeavors, she was like, yeah, that's my friend Taylor. I'm like, I gotta talk to her. I gotta figure out what happened here. Because like I said, you went from, a small reseller channel. You just posted a comment on one of Graham's videos. He responded to it. He sent you a DM on Instagram, and now you're over 5,000 subscribers. And it's pretty rare that somebody in the reselling niche on YouTube would blow up like that. Like there's not too many viral videos that are happening in this category. So,
right. Yeah, no, it's been awesome. That's true. I mean, I've tried. It was very thought out process, the videos that I put out right before the podcast came out and right afterwards. And the video I put out right before now has almost 22,000 views. Cause I was very calculated about telling kind of my experience and my side of the story and everything. So I really thought about what people would want to see if they came over from Graham's channel. So that definitely helped increase my growth, because if I had just put out like pure reselling content before and after, I'm not sure I would have seen that same retention. So that was very thought out.
And that's so smart. I'm sure like Graham probably because I remember the podcast, he was talking about, after this, you need to post a video talking about the podcast. He's like so smart when it comes to YouTube. So like the whole process leading up to it, and then right after, it's a really good way to, I guess, milk the situation in a positive way. Like I mean, Graham doesn't care. He's a YouTuber. He understands.
Oh, exactly. And it's true. He is very smart with it. I've seen him 3 times now. And every time I've seen him, he always has something will come up and he has these ideas for like what that YouTuber should do, what that company should do. Oh, they should try to, I don't know. We were talking about Tinder last night. No, we'll get into it, but he just always has these ideas. He's very geared that way. Yeah.
That is awesome. I remember watching a video from him in the past. He was talking about how he used to be really heavy on Reddit, and somebody told him on Reddit like 5 years ago to make a YouTube channel. And he was just talking, he's like, I'm not good on camera. Like I'm good with money and investing, but nobody wants to see me on camera. And now 5 years later, he's got 3 YouTube channels, one with, I think he's over 3 million subscribers, or maybe just under 3 million. Yeah. So his growth has just been absolutely fantastic. So again, you when I talked to you on Instagram, you said it was opportunity of a lifetime.
Yes.
And even in the description of this video, I'm like, I wanted to talk to her out of curiosity and a little bit of jealousy. Like I'm pretty open. Like I'm not jealous very often, but that situation I'm pretty jealous of. Graham is probably my favorite YouTuber, like out of everybody I watch. So the fact that you got to hang out with he and Jack for so long, and a couple of times now. You said you went over again last night. Yeah,
and I've had dinner with him too. Macy, his girlfriend, asked me over for dinner, and we did that last Friday, and then I was over there again last night, and we refilmed an update on me and Jack that will be coming out this Sunday on the Iced Coffee Hour podcast channel. So keep an eye out for that one too.
so no spoil. Can you give us any hints?
I don't. I can say that I think some people will be a little disappointed, but that's okay.
Some people would be disappointed. Okay.
Yeah. Because everyone's rude and they're like, are you still seeing Jack? Or, I get so many comments like update on Jack, so that's what we did. We did an update.
Brittany, Essential Endeavors in the chat. She said he would have picked you too if you were a cute girl, Josh. I think that's so important. When I talked to Essential Endeavors when I was on her channel,
yeah,
and like being like a personable person, especially a cute girl, you know, I think it has its benefits, like, especially in niches like Graham's, like investing in real estate. There's not that many women that are interested in it for the most part, as far as I can tell. I don't want to sound ignorant. So when you come on there and like posting good quality comments on his videos that are getting upvoted, and you have your nice professional picture on there, it's easy to stand out from the crowd. And
I acknowledge that.
yeah.
I acknowledge the cute girl privilege for sure. Not that I'm saying I'm a cute girl, but thank you. Thank you, Brittany.
It also comes with downsides though, because I remember you talked about on the podcast, you said like talking when Graham DM'd you on Instagram, you're like going through, it's like, oh, this is probably another sugar daddy or something shooting me, that's sliding in the DMs, but it's the real Graham Stephan.
Yeah, it was, thankfully. But yeah, no, I get my fair share of those DMs, but
yeah,
just ignore them. So
you got to take the good with the bad.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think I got a super chat. Yeah, for more income, send me a $1.99 super chat. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. All right, so walk us through. I know you've made several YouTube videos about the whole process, but I guess start from like the comment you posted, and then kind of give us like the synopsis of how it led to actually, you know, getting inside Graham's house and filming a podcast with him.
For sure. Yeah. So I guess just even leading up to like before Graham noticed me, my channel was purely reselling. I just like you, I really enjoy it. And some of the smaller channels I really enjoyed watching. Of course, the bigger channels too, but I kind of fell in love with like Brittany's channel and Chelsea and Macy. Like we have our group chat, and I really like watching those smaller channels. So I kind of wanted to do the same thing just while I had this gap year, because I mean, I don't know if I need to go into this too much, but I graduated from college back in May, and then I start my full-time job in April 2021. So I was pretty much handed this gap year, which I had planned on traveling during this time, but couldn't really do that with COVID all that much. So anyway, I started reselling, and anyway, got into the YouTube world. But then fast forward to, I guess, Graham noticing my comment. I've actually watched him for years also. I found him sophomore year in college, I think it was sophomore year. But a few years ago, and I've been watching him kind of on and off, not every single video, but I've always admired, you know, his, I guess, prowess for YouTube and making really good content and all that. So, so one day I was like, yeah, I'm just going to comment on this video because I've been watching him for years. I know he responds to a lot of comments. I'm like, why not try? Because I happen to be one of the first viewers on this video that I commented on. So I comment something like, in the video, he said, grab your popcorn and let's get ready, something like that. So I commented like popcorn grabbed, and then like button obliterated, something like that. And he liked it and then commented on it. And I already thought that was really cool that he just commented. Didn't think much more of it. I saw it got hundreds of likes, which was awesome. But like, you know, what's that going to do? Maybe a couple people will come to my channel, whatever. Yeah. And then I checked my DMs the next afternoon. I didn't even check them that night, and he had actually sent me the DM that night. But I saw it the next morning, and he said, like, you know, hey Taylor, I saw you were the top comment on my video. I was wondering if you would want to come on the Iced Coffee Hour podcast as a Tinder date for Jack, because we've been joking about finding a Tinder date for Jack, and I've never downloaded Tinder in my life, which nothing wrong with downloading Tinder, but it was so funny because anyway. But they found a subscriber. So he asked me to come on, and then I, of course, accepted. I thought that the Tinder date thing was just a funny concept for the show for Jack. Didn't think much more of it. But anyway, I go on the show and we had a good time. I mean, you saw the podcast. I think it was a fun time. I felt like I really knew Graham just because I'd seen him for years. So I felt pretty comfortable with him right off the bat, which I hope came off in the podcast. I don't know. But that was pretty much the process.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's so funny that you felt like familiar with him, because when you watch somebody on YouTube for so long, it creates a relationship, but it's like one-sided. So like the way I feel about Graham too is like, oh, I feel like I know things about him. I know what coffee he likes and all that stuff, but like he doesn't know anything about me, and so it's like weird. Yes. But I mean, it's flattering. Like people come up to me and they recognize me at, you know, when I go to a thrift store or whatever, and it's like some people just start talking to me immediately. Like, hey, what's good? I'm like, what's up? Who are you? Like, so I'm sure Graham gets that all the time. He recently said he like basically gets recognized every time he leaves the house now. But it's really cool that you're able to kind of get in on the inner circle and just be friends, because the whole, like, he and Macy and Jack seem like really interesting people just to be friends with. Yeah. Maybe you and Macy can be like best friends now. She's already inviting you over for dinner.
Yeah, we're going to do a collab sometime this month, or we talked about doing it. I don't know when she'll be free, but yeah, they're cool people for sure. And they have their new puppy, Bailey. I don't know if you've seen her on their Instagram, but it's the same breed of dog that I have. So I'm obsessed. with any puppy, but especially this puppy. So yeah, they're cool to hang out with for sure.
That's awesome. So let's talk a little bit about your reselling. I don't remember if you said you got into it while you were in college or right after college, but so talk a little bit about that, how you started with that and then started your YouTube channel.
For sure. Yeah. So as soon as I got home from college, I emptied out my suitcases. I had like 4 of them because I was bringing home all my belongings. And, I had a lot of clothes. I've always been a thrifter though. So most of the clothes that I brought home from college, I had thrifted in the first place. But I had like 4 suitcases and my mom's telling me, I'm just at my parents right now before I start my job. So my mom's telling me, Taylor, you got to clean your room. It's getting ridiculous. Cause I had a mountain. I mean, I said this in one of my YouTube videos, but quite literally like a 3 foot tall mountain of clothes. So I like begrudgingly started to put some of the clothes away in my closet, and I hate picking up my room. I mean, everyone does, but I was like, I don't want to do this, So I figured though, I'm not going to wear a lot of this clothing ever again. As I was putting it away, I was like, I don't really like that anymore. And I haven't really worn it in like 2 years anyway. So I'm going to see if I can sell it. I've sold a couple things on eBay, like in high school, middle school even, but never really like dove that deep into it. But then I remembered at some point hearing about Poshmark. I didn't really know much about it, but I remembered, I think it was a platform where you can buy and sell used clothes. So to procrastinate, literally, I sat on my bed, downloaded Poshmark, and then listed right then and there, like my very first, it was a Brandy Melville tank top that I knew I was never going to wear again. So I listed 5, 10 things maybe that day, really low quality pictures, by the way. I didn't know what I was doing, but listed a couple things. And then the next morning woke up to a full price sale. And I mean, the feeling. I was hooked. I was like adrenaline, little dopamine rush of selling something and, how am I going to ship it now? And anyway, so it was, I was hooked right away. And that's how I got into reselling. And I sold a lot of the stuff in my closet just throughout June. So that was June 1st is when I started. And then since then, or for the whole month of June, I just sold things out of my own closet that I knew I wasn't going to wear anymore. And then I started watching reseller YouTube channels and realized, people actually go and source stuff at Goodwill. Sounds fun. I'm down. So I went to Goodwill, started sourcing things here and there, and I didn't really know what to pick up. I just tried to go for brands, but then slowly I realized, a lot of it has to do with style as well. So, I mean, as you know, it's just trial and error. I know you don't specialize in clothing as much, more hard goods, but it was just like clothing for me. So I learned along the way, style, brand, all these factors play into it. So I've just had a lot of fun with it since June, and that's how I started reselling. So
that's awesome. Yeah, I started with clothing. I think the first reseller channel I found was Rally Roots, and at the time they were doing a lot of clothing, and it's everywhere. It's like so plentiful. So and Goodwills here are pretty affordable. It's like $4.75 for any shirt, any men's shirt. And I was only doing men's clothing because I have no idea anything about women's.
Yep.
So I started on that, and I don't like listing. I like shipping. I sold a shirt yesterday, and I shipped it out today. I was like, this is awesome. You just throw it in a bag and ship it out. But I switched to hard goods and electronics and things like that. I guess about 6-8 months ago, and no looking back. Occasionally I'll pick up a really, really nice clothing item if it's very, very valuable. But it's just not really my thing.
Yeah, fair enough. I understand. I might at some point transition into some hard goods too, but we'll see. I'm not there yet.
It's harder to store. Like you said, you're at your parents' house right now?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So I imagine you probably don't have a ton of storage space for like bins and bins of items. So.
My mom, being my mom, she's actually she's an architect / I don't know. She builds stuff. She loves building. It's her favorite thing in the world. So she actually built me, because she loves doing this stuff. She built me like a kind of a inventory section in our house that kind of looks like really nice drawers, but it fits a lot of items. So I'm lucky in that sense. My mom actually helps me out a lot with these things. So I do actually have some space. But my parents I'm lucky enough to have supportive parents who would let me, keep the stuff in their bedroom if I asked them if I could. So I'm lucky in that way.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Jacob Makes Money sent a $4.99 super chat a couple minutes ago. It said Harry Tornado. Thank you so much, Jacob. I appreciate that. And there was a comment a little bit ago. Where'd it go? Oh, Martin Lelane says, "Oh wow, I just looked up this dude and realized I watch him all the time. Is Meet Kevin his brother?" So it's crazy because Graham has a good amount of like viral videos. Like I don't know his exact numbers, but he made a video called like the $72 a month Tesla, and that went pretty viral because people are like, "Oh, it's just your tricky math," but it's out of pocket. It's $72 a month. He also had like the free house, like how I got this house for free, and he's had a few videos get multiple millions of views. But he makes a lot of money on YouTube. He posts videos every single day. He has 2 YouTube channels. He posts like one channel on Monday, the next channel on Tuesday, and then back and forth every single day. Yep. And he's done that for almost 3 years now.
Wow. Yeah. And Jack is now editing, I think all of his videos.
All of them, or just the second channel?
I'm actually not positive about the main channel. Okay. No, I think he does. Jack edits, and that's helped, Graham continue with this schedule that he maintains. I don't know how.
I don't understand how he does it. Like, I mean, I've seen his day in the life videos, and he spends a lot of time researching articles. And the second channel is a little bit easier to come up with ideas for. He's just reacting to a lot of things.
Right. Millennial money and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But that's a lot, especially if I ever get to a point where Graham's pulling, he's very open with his income, just like I am on my channel. Graham's pulling in around $300,000 a month just from YouTube.
Yeah.
And maybe just from his first channel. I don't even know if that includes his second channel.
Right. I know he posted, I think in January, how much he makes on the channel, or was it, I don't know when it was, maybe it was more recent, August, maybe, but I think it was 1.5 million just in ad revenue on his main channel. Plus his other ones, he's pulling in about 2 million from YouTube, and then including sponsorships and all these other things, I think he pulls in about 4 million a year is what he said, which that's pretty cool.
Crazy. So, I mean, to make that much money and still keep that daily consistency is crazy. And I think he's talked about on the podcast how, people ask why he doesn't take a break or go on vacation. He's like, I don't want to waste this. He's like, I'm on a roll right now, and I don't want to take a break from it. I'm like,
right.
I understand, but I don't know. Maybe he doesn't work as much as I think he does, especially if Jack's editing all of his videos.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the videos you could probably, as long as he has them scripted out, he could probably film them in 20 minutes. And then if Jack's doing the editing, he has a whole day to relax. And he also doesn't seem like a person that's very materialistic or strives to like be lavish in any aspect of his life.
Correct.
Maybe he's happy just working all the time.
Yeah. It's funny you bring that up. He he even said, like, during dinner the other night, or he asked me what I was doing that weekend, and whatever I was doing, I don't know. And then I asked him, and he said, nothing. I like doing nothing. Is what he said. So I think that genuinely he actually likes to relax, but he so clearly loves what he does. So I think that's how he's able to keep up this momentum. I mean, one, the money's nice, but you could tell his passion for talking about these topics and just creating YouTube videos and all that. So good for him.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's what makes him such a likable content creator, because he seems very trustworthy. He sells like some courses and stuff. Like he has a YouTube course. He has, I think, a real estate course, and he makes good money from those. But outside of that, he doesn't do too many like paid promotions. He seems very, very straightforward. He's never too salesy. I think that's why he's grown so much. And then we can talk about Meet Kevin. Do you watch his videos?
Sometimes he posts like 3 times a day. So I don't get
3 to 4 times a day.
Meet Kevin actually commented on my videos recently, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm really hoping Graham, Kevin, Jack, if any of you are watching this video, I really look up to you guys. I don't want to work as much as you, but I appreciate the hustle. And if you comment on this video, I will poop my pants and die.
I laughed when you told me that. But you poop your pants.
We were talking on Instagram last night. You're like, I'm heading to Graham's house now. I was like, okay, so I'm willing to pay Graham a dangerous amount of money if he was willing to come on my channel. I mean, there's no way he's ever going to say yes, but I couldn't imagine like interviewing Graham Stephan. And he's like one of the busiest people I've ever met or ever seen, Yeah. But it's crazy. Graham, if you're watching this, just comment and tell me how many likes this video has to get to get you on the channel. And don't say anything crazy like 1 million, because that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, Graham actually was on CoffeeZilla. I don't know if have you seen CoffeeZilla's?
I've heard about that. Somebody messaged me about that today, and I need to watch it.
Gotcha. I bring it up because when Graham went on CoffeeZilla, he mentioned that someone offered him $10,000 just to get dinner with him.
Wow.
So he gets a lot of cool
Did he go to dinner?
No, I don't. I don't think so.
When you're making $300,000 to $500,000 a month, you can turn down a $10,000 dinner.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. I love all these comments.
Absolute bonkers. But yeah, Meet Kevin. I think he also does. I don't watch all of his videos, but he does like investing videos and like news, like stock market and COVID updates and all that stuff. But he posts like 3 to 4 videos every single day.
It's crazy.
But he also makes. What was that?
Oh, sorry. I don't know how he does that. I mean, he must.
I don't either. I mean, it's not like anything any like super complex editing or anything. Like your videos are really good, by the way.
Thank you.
Like I was pleasantly surprised because the reselling niche on YouTube, niche or niche, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Usually there's not a big demand for like production quality. People are just like, they're used to have like low quality videos. So you come on the scene with the quality content like you're producing. Same with Brittany, Essential Endeavors. You're going to grow very quickly because I think people appreciate that.
Yeah, I hope so. Thank you. First of all, that's very nice of you. But like Brittany and I have talked about, Brittany just put in the comment, Taylor spends about 7 to 10 hours per video. I do. It's crazy. Hopefully I get faster with it because that's not sustainable for me to be putting out 2 videos every week. Plus I spend a day planning them and it's a lot. But I think that I really enjoy it. I mean, video editing is something I dabbled in iMovie when I was like younger because I would make music videos, like funny videos for my parents as presents, like Happy Father's Day to my dad, and I would kind of make a silly video for him. So I kind of dabbled in iMovie, but I also made memes in college a little bit. I dabbled in making memes, and I like making people laugh, so I try to incorporate some entertainment and humor in my videos. And I don't know, like you said, if there's that much demand for it in the reselling world, but it's something
nobody else is doing it. Like I don't know of another reseller that really like consistently incorporates humor like you do in your intros. And I think it's great. I think creativity is a great way to stand out. And when you pair like a good personality with being personable, like the cute girl, plus really good editing, plus like humor, I think those are 4 really key factors for growing on YouTube. And then you throw in a huge shout out from Stephan on the Ice Coffee Hour podcast. And we were talking a little bit before the show. Like, if your YouTube channel blows up, you might not have to go to that job in New York in April.
We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. There's definitely pros and cons. A lot of people ask me this also. Like, if you blow up more, would you quit your job? And I mean, or would you not go to your job? And I mean, there's so much to be said for, or so much value to be had from working in corporate America and having like benefits and health insurance, like all that good stuff. So I mean, there's pros and cons, but yeah, I mean, being a YouTuber, if that happened, I mean, I feel like you still have to have a lot of subscribers to make a full-time income off of it. I would imagine, at least living in LA or New York. But there's pros and cons, but that would be a once in a lifetime opportunity to do YouTube full-time. I mean, it's a dream, like to be making something that people like enough to support your full-time income is a cool concept to me. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's just crazy. How old are you? I don't know if you
I'm 23.
23. Yeah. Okay. So I'm 30, and I remember when I was in high school, like YouTube was just coming out. There was like Shane Dawson was like the biggest YouTuber at that time, I think. And like to do YouTube full time, I mean, there was like 5 people maybe that were doing full time YouTube, and it was just crazy to think that there's so much possibility. I mean, there's channels like my channel is under 100,000 subscribers, and I'm making a very good income for myself. Right. There's channels with 20, 30,000 subscribers that are doing that's their full time job, and that's just it's crazy to think that there's so much money to be made with YouTube. Yep. But if you look at it from like a business standpoint, like so many people are going to YouTube for their entertainment because there's ads, but they're 5-second ads. Whereas if you watch Hulu or Sling TV or something like that, there's like 5 minutes of ads every 10 minutes.
Right.
So I think the ability to find the exact type of content you want to watch on YouTube, plus the fact that even if there's ads, they're only 5 seconds long. Right. No other entertainment platform can compete with that. I think that's why YouTube has grown as fast as it has. I think that's why it's been this becomes such a profitable opportunity for so many people, even the smaller creators, to earn a full-time income. Yeah. And that's why I'm not scared about YouTube going away anytime soon. So I've never felt more secure in a job than I feel right now. Fingers crossed, but YouTube's not going away anytime soon.
Yes, no, I agree. And I think that's what all the reasons you just said is why YouTube is now becoming a substitute for Netflix and cable TV. I mean, it's been a substitute for cable TV for a long time, but even Netflix, like it's like you said, you can look up pretty much anything you want. You can watch all these specific channels on, if you want to learn how to cook, watch this funny channel. If you want to learn on reselling, it's an endless platform with so much to offer. I'm a professional YouTube watcher. I have been for a long time. Like it sounds like you have too. I was around for like all the, like the how to be a ninja. Remember those viral videos from like so long? Yeah. So I've always been a big fan of YouTube. So it's cool to be on it now.
it's great because I remember I think it was like Niga Higa was
Yeah.
yeah.
I was gonna say it, but I don't want people to
Yeah, you got to be careful. You got to be careful saying that. But
Yeah.
but they were like kind of controversial back then. Like their humor was, it's almost like The Office. Steve Carell in an interview said that The Office was, if it was produced now, it would not be as successful because they wouldn't have the ability to do some of the humor nowadays that they were able to do back in 2008, when The Office was on.
Yeah.
And people still find it funny. That's why The Office is like one of the top shows right now. But it's just new shows just aren't good because there's so much political correctness and all that stuff. But
it's getting
it's just crazy seeing like smaller channels like that from back in the day just make dumb videos. And now I haven't seen much for them lately, but I'm sure they're still making millions of dollars from all the videos they posted.
I'd imagine. Yeah. No, it's so true about I'm glad you bring up The Office. I wish I had my Dunder Mifflin cup right next to me. I'm a Office fanatic. So
I have a pop collection back here. Most of these were sent to me by subscribers, but this one up here I bought at Walmart last week and I love it.
Oh, a pop. What kind of pop?
A pop figure. It's Florida Stanley.
Oh my God, that's amazing. When he's in the convertible and he's trying to pick up all the women, even though he has a wife.
You ladies like to join us for a cocktail.
Yeah. I love that. What a great episode. Yeah, Florida Stanley.
Stanley's pretty underrated on The Office. Well, who's your favorite Office character?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, it's so basic. I have to say Michael. I mean, I identify a lot with Michael, my humor and the kind of awkwardness. And I love Michael. I'm obsessed with Michael. Stanley is underrated. I would agree with that. Jim and Pam, gotta ship Jim and Pam. I mean, they're awesome. But I don't know. Andy is also pretty funny. But Michael's my favorite. I mean, who's your favorite? I
actually really like Nate, the warehouse guy that joins in like the later seasons.
Okay, yeah.
Like he's just the lines he has in the show are
quiet, awkward guy. Yeah.
Like I remember when he was interviewing for the job, he was like, I would like to say that I don't technically have a hearing problem, but sometimes I do have trouble understanding words and phrases. But again, I don't have a hearing problem. And then he asked something about the resume. He's like, are we going to get that back? Because there's a chili recipe on the back and I would really like to have that back. Like Nate is just, I mean, I really don't like Nelly. Like when they started introducing new characters, it was kind of weird, but 100%. Nate was the move. I
now remember that. I've seen it twice now. I'm watching season 6 right now. So I kind of forgot about Nate, but I remember he's the quiet. Yeah. He's funny. I remember that too. Yeah. Nelly. And then the two new guys, the
Plop and Fart or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't really care about them, but
yeah, they were in the last season 9.
Yes.
But yeah, man, The Office is just, it's good. It's leaving Netflix December 31st.
I know.
I'm so sad.
I didn't know it was that soon, but yeah.
I listed my Office DVD sets today. I had like 4 or 5 seasons of them. And I'm not going to watch DVDs. I'd rather just buy the NBC streaming rather than play DVDs. But I listed those today because I'm thinking they're going to go up in value pretty soon.
Oh, for sure. Maybe wait till January and see what they go for then. I don't know. You know better than I do.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Let's see. I'm going to go through the comment. Arcane Knight says, talk Jack. She can't talk Jack. If you want to learn what the update is with her and Jack, you've got to watch. Is it a video or is it another podcast episode?
Technically, it's going to be a segment on the next podcast. So it's the 29th ever episode. And it's going to be like half of the episode that's what they told me. I'm not exactly sure what the format's going to be, but I know half of it is just going to be Graham and Jack talking. And the other half is what we filmed last night. So that'll be cool.
Awesome. I'm pumped for you. Like you said, this is an opportunity of a lifetime, and just to get in there. And I don't know, like my friend Joey Bada Bing is in the chat, and he was like we make fun of him now. He was like a fanboy to me, but now we're like best friends and we like do a podcast together.
Yeah.
So it's cool how you can like see people on YouTube and just like through whatever circumstances just connect with them, and then you realize like, oh, they're just normal people. And we can just hang out now. Like it's
right.
It obviously it's on different levels. Like I do want to be the Graham Stephan of the reselling niche on YouTube. That's my ultimate goal, to claim that title.
Yeah. Well, you're pretty much there, I would say. I mean, you're very well known in the reselling community.
I don't know who decides that. We need to have judges or something.
Yeah, true.
But
I saw your name a lot before. Like I knew about you from day one when I started reselling, if that says anything. So
that's awesome. I try really hard to like make videos that show up in the algorithm when people are searching for stuff. But it's weird because like when you're starting a channel, you can do more like tutorial style videos. Like my first video that got like 10,000 views was a video comparing to like box lights with ring lights.
Yeah.
And if I made that video now, it probably wouldn't do very well because like most of the people watch my channel already know about box lights and ring lights, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Most of my videos now, like if I want to focus on views, which is what I need to do because this is my job,
right?
I have to make, you know, sometimes little clickbaity titles or something. Clickbait is totally fun, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't care who says what, but as long as you give people what the clickbait is teasing, it's totally fun. Clickbait's only bad if you promise something and don't deliver. I
agree. I mean, some people push it too far, like you said, if they don't deliver, but it's funny you say that. Someone commented on my video yesterday, clickbait is the key to YouTube. So I respond, haha, totally. Maybe I should do it more. And then they wrote on their own comment, don't clickbait. I will unsub and call you out. I'm like, then why did you? So I'm like, so don't follow the key to YouTube. I mean, I don't know. People are weird. But no, I agree. As long as you deliver, it makes sense. It's kind of the same thing with TV shows. Like they put a commercial, like Brittany said, I think in your chat with her, like you put a commercial right before you announce something big. Like you got to keep people interested. Clickbait's the same exact thing. So I don't know.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. Most people that like give their toxic opinions about YouTube are not YouTubers themselves.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's literally a job, you know, if you get guys like Graham Stephan, where literally the title and thumbnail is all somebody's going to see before they click on it. And if your title or thumbnail are not absolutely perfect, that could be the difference between that video making $6,000 or making $20,000. And that's a huge chunk of change, even for somebody like Graham, like you, that's your job. Like part of being a YouTuber is researching keywords and figuring out, like I've studied like there's this YouTube channel called Charisma on Command. Like, like how to appear like confident without being cocky and things like that. And I've watched so many of those videos, like, and it's just like really subtle things. Like if you see a content creator, even Graham Stephan, like there's just, it's not really explicable, like why he's likable. You know, we can say he's like genuine or whatever, but it could be like his body language. A lot of people that, even people that say they like my videos, I've had people say, I don't know why, I just really like your videos. I'm like, that's awesome. That means the psychology or whatever is working, you know, body language and eye contact and the way you speak and different tones in your voice. You know, if you're too monotone, it can turn people off. There's so much that goes into it behind the scenes. Absolutely.
I got the same comment today. Someone said, I don't know. I just subscribed. I don't know why, but I did. I'm like, I'll try to take that as a compliment. That means I'm doing something right, I guess, even if you don't know why.
Yeah.
So, no, I agree.
It's an honor. You know, somebody comments on your video and says, you know, I found you yesterday and I've watched all your videos. I'm like, great. Because that's what you want. The way to grow on YouTube is like put out content. Obviously, the more videos you post, the better chance it is for one of them to be seen. And then I think it's important to ask people at some point in that video, like, hey, if you like videos like this, be sure to subscribe, because I've watched videos before and really I do it on TikTok too. Like I'll watch videos from people and forget to follow them. And then later on, I'm like, oh, I need to follow them. But if they ask me to do it, I'm like, oh yeah, let me go ahead and do that. Right. So just.
Yeah, I try to remind people in all my videos a couple of times. Take a page out of Graham's book. I mean, I did that before, but now I say obliterate the like button. I now take, the comment that changed it all. I use obliterate now in all my videos. So
I'm really excited because one step closer to being the Graham Stephan of reselling, I got approached by Webull to do like sponsorship with them. So now I can add the Webull segment at the end. So like if you want 2 free stocks, download the Webull app and deposit $100. You get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,500.
Yep.
Go follow TK Bell on Instagram. Feel free to follow her there.
Exactly. Webull's a good one.
You know, just like Graham has that ending line and he just memorized it and he just does it. And I do the same thing at the end of all my videos. And I guess it could be a lack of creativity if you want to say that, but it works and nobody's complained about it. Maybe people will complain about it now.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope not. I mean, I don't know. Kind of like you said, the people that complain about these things are not YouTubers, so they don't. I don't know. I mean, it's normal to forget to subscribe to someone if you just want to watch their videos. And even though subscribing's free, it's kind of, you can still feel like you're kind of contributing in some way. So you kind of want to be picky. But yeah, if you remind people, it's way more effective. Graham said so too. I mean, as he practices, obviously. So don't think there's anything wrong with it.
So what, in your YouTube journey, I guess, like, what have you learned in the last like month that you think will help you in the future of your YouTube channel?
Yeah, good question. I mean, last month, things have just been so different. I've really, really neglected reselling. I mean, I still share my closet a lot, but I'm not listing nearly as much since the podcast went live, because I've put a lot of thought into where to go from here, because I have all these new subscribers and 90% of them are male. You know, I was like 90% or 85% female before. So it's literally done a 180. And as cool and grateful as I am for the change, like seriously, it's put me in this position where I really got to think about how to, you know, jump on this opportunity, but also not jump into something that I'm not very passionate about, because I love personal finance. I'm smart with my money. I'm frugal as well. Like Graham, we have similar, I guess, philosophies when it comes to living below your means and things like that. But I'm not going to make a finance channel. I'm not, you know, it's not my passion. And even though a lot of my new viewers would love seeing that, you know, it's not sustainable, just because I know that wouldn't be Brian hi, Brian. But anyway, so I guess what I'm just trying to say is that, I mean, your question was number one thing that I learned, but I guess number one thing I've learned since then is really just trying to figure out how to navigate this position that I'm in now, because I've been given this great opportunity and have all these new subscribers. I mean, I sound like I have 100K now. I don't. I have, you know, 5.5 thousand, but from
it's huge. Going from 400 to 5.5K in a week is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. No, it was cool. I mean, when I was reading the numbers, like while the podcast went up, I was like, I thought I was reading the wrong numbers. Honestly, it was crazy, because I told myself the night before, like, Taylor, if you get 200 new subs, that'll be awesome. Because none of Graham's, you know, people are going to want, like, subscribe to me. They might come check me out, but they're not going to subscribe. And so anyway, yeah, it was crazy. But I guess one thing I've learned is really I read all the comments. I would try to respond to all of them too. And I've written down in my notes in my phone, all the suggestions that people have. If it's like, I want to see this from you, and then this. So I'm just trying to kind of condense all those suggestions into my new videos that I make. I'm still going to talk about reselling, of course, a bit, but I definitely have to pivot, I think, if I want to capitalize on the opportunity. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Colby in the chat. Well, first, Brian, thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate it. He says, what? Taylor? Awesome. Thanks for having her on. Always finding great guests, just tuning in. Brian, thank you so much. I think you super chatted several times in the past. So you are one of my faves. And then Colby, a Big Cheese Thrifts, says adaptation is the way to modernization. And I think that's really important in reselling, because like I talked about in the beginning, when I started, everybody was the same. Even the top creators. I think Rally Roots was the only channel that had a camera better than a GoPro at the time. Like, people there was no production quality in reselling. And I came on, and, you know, I didn't want to sound overly confident, but I'm like, if these guys can have 30,000 subs just holding a GoPro and walking around their shed every morning, I can do it too, you know? And it worked out. And of course you have to adapt. You can't do the same things everybody else is doing.
Right. And by the way, I didn't want to make, I hope people don't take that the wrong way, where I now sound like I'm going to do something just for the subscriber. Like, I'm of course always going to talk about something I'm passionate about. Otherwise it's not going to be sustainable. And I know that. So even if I lose subscribers because I start doing more lifestyle stuff, then so be it. Like, I want to, like, maintain the YouTube channel. I don't want to just, milk the opportunity I've been given. I hope that makes sense. You get it.
I totally get it. Somebody, I heard somebody say something recently about how they think I'm just chasing views, because one day I'll be at Goodwill and next day I'll be at the Amazon store, and then I'll do a yard sale with my Goodwill pallets, and I'm just doing whatever I can for views. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a YouTuber. That's my job. My job is to get views. I can't just go to the same thrift store every single video, because who's going to watch that? If you want to, I've never claimed to be like a professional reseller. Like, I share my only eBay store. I think I've had like $200 in sales over the last like 3 or 4 days, you know, because lately I've been focusing on my YouTube channel. I'm trying to hit that 100K subs quickly. And that's just what you do. You've got to do whatever you can. Like, obviously, like you said, you've got to make videos you're passionate about, but if you can pivot and hit another category that's hot at the moment, that's trending, something that's, interesting. Like, people love mystery box stuff, like seeing what's in the box. So when I went to Goodwill and saw those $50 mystery pallets, I'm like, there's probably junk in here, but I'm just going to buy them because that'll be a really good video. and ended up buying like 24 of them, treasure hustlers. At least you're honest. Like, yeah, I tell people every single secret I know about YouTube, and it's up to them if they want to, copy it or, do whatever. Like, I'm extremely open.
Right.
But that's what you have to do. You have to, like, you can't just make Ben's haul videos twice a week and expect your channel to grow. And you might get some steady growth, maybe like 10 new subscribers a week or something. But if you want to have those big growth spurts, like I did with the Goodwill mystery palettes and then with the Amazon store, you have to be willing to change paths.
Of course.
Depending on what your focus is. If you want to focus on your YouTube channel, like you're doing right now, I listed stuff today. Today was the first day I listed stuff in like a week because I've been focusing on YouTube.
Same. Same. It's crazy because in the reselling world, if you don't list every single day, I mean, you're doing something wrong. Like, I mean, that's what you're supposed to do as a reseller, I guess. But no, same story here. I've really neglected reselling because YouTube is one I'm more passionate about, and I'm really trying to jump on the opportunity and adapt, just like you talked about and like you've done. So yeah, you get it.
Yeah, it's I think YouTube is a fairly simple process. I don't think anybody can do it. I think you have to have like, they talk about the X factor, and like some people are just not that watchable. I've seen videos where people will take like a really interesting topic and just their personality just ruins it. I'm like, oh, man, I don't understand that. I mean, the same reasons you like certain YouTubers for an unexplainable reason. Some people you just don't like watching for an unexplainable reason.
Right.
But I think if you have a pretty decent personality and a pretty decent speaking voice and presence on camera, and then you do your research from that point on, and you learn how to edit really well and add music and make your videos more enjoyable. If you're, some people are not comfortable on camera, I'm like, just add a bunch of B-roll or just edit stuff. Like, you don't have to sit there in front of the camera for 20 minutes.
Right. Yeah. No, that's the thing. I mean, you said a couple minutes ago that you, who was it that had a GoPro, and you said, oh, I could do that. Who were you referring to? I forgot. But
I was referring to Garage Flips, and that one. Yes. He was one of the first. Like, I think when I found his channel, he was at like 20,000 subscribers, and he did the videos every day, and it was literally just a GoPro. And I mean, he's nothing against him. Like, I don't think he likes me very much, but I still watch his videos from time to time. But he's always kept with that same model, just like recording his daily, like a daily vlog every day with a GoPro. He's not. I think he has a Canon M50 now, but I think he just uses it to take pictures.
Okay.
But it's very simple, and a lot of top resellers in the reselling niche just have simple cameras and simple editing techniques because it works for them. I'm not saying it doesn't. Right. Cincinnati Picker just has a GoPro, and he's got like 150,000 subscribers. So it works for some people. But I'm not as good of a reseller as Cincinnati Picker and Garage Flips and all those guys. So I've got to fancy it up with better cameras and more editing and getting more into like the entertainment side of reselling. Like, I don't claim to be a professional reseller, like I said, but I'm giving resellers something to watch instead of like, just gotta do what works for you.
Exactly. But going off of that, you mentioned that, you saw one person with the GoPro and you thought, well, I could do that. I'm sure a lot of people think, oh, I could do that, but almost no one does do it. It's really those who actually jump on the opportunity and start that, I don't know where I was going with that, but like a lot of people just, I get the same comments on my channels. Like, I'm too nervous to start, and I get where people are coming from. It's not a natural thing to film yourself at all. So, I guess it takes some level of getting used to, of course, but you just got to start. I don't know. Like people ask me what camera I use. I told you this, Josh, before. I literally use my phone. Like, that's it. And I didn't buy anything. I mean, I guess I got this little ring light for like $20 on Amazon. It's not a very good one, but it works, Anyway, if you just want to start, you just got to start, pick something you're passionate about. And it kind of comes naturally, I think, eventually at least. So.
Yeah, Martin Lelane says, I thought I could do it, but then I realized it was harder than it looked. I think people severely underestimate the amount of time and effort they have to put into a channel before they start seeing any benefits to it. Like, I've seen people start a channel and they'll make 4 videos and then wonder why they don't have 20 subscribers. This one guy, he messaged me, he's like, hey, how can I grow faster on YouTube? And I usually don't answer like vague questions like that, but I checked out his channel and he had posted 2 videos in the last 24 hours. Like, he posted one like at 6 p.m. and then another one at like 8 a.m. the next day, and emailed me at like noon and wondered why he hasn't grown yet. I'm like,
he just hasn't even videos.
Yeah, just 2 videos. I'm like, you haven't even had a YouTube channel for 24 hours. Yeah. And you wonder, like, is this, maybe he was trolling me or something, but he seemed really, I'm like, it's not.
Who knows? That's funny. Yeah. There is some delayed gratification, of course. I mean, I acknowledge that I had a nice little boost, but even with my 448 subscribers, I mean, it was the hardest is getting the first 100. It felt like, at least, and then it felt like a slow road to 1,000, and then I got my little boost, of course. But yeah, delayed gratification for sure. It's hard. I didn't mean to make it sound like it's an easy road once you just get started, but yeah, it takes time.
Yeah, I think it's not only consistency, but also improving. Because I know some channels that are very consistent that upload constantly, but they still don't see a lot of growth. And I just think it's because they're making those same videos over and over and over again.
Right.
And if you want to grow on YouTube, if you want to make that a significant income and not just a personal documentation of your own life, you've got to pivot. You've got to do what brings in the views. Bringing in views is not a bad thing. That's actually the ultimate goal of being a YouTuber. So as long as you're doing whatever you can that you're passionate about and that is morally and ethically sound, go for it.
Yep, I agree. I'm sorry, I just laughed at this comment. Someone said, "You're delaying me of my gratification of hearing about Jack." This guy, I don't know if there's comments on all my videos. They're all like Game of Thrones references. Hats off to you for your consistency, Arcane Knight. Yeah, he comments on all my videos. Anyway, I thought that was funny.
Yeah, I saw some comment from them earlier, and I didn't understand it. But now you said Game of Thrones, I'm like, oh, that was a Game of Thrones reference.
Yeah, he probably said something with medieval undertones. Would be my guess.
Treasure Hustlers, one of my mods, she put your channel link in the description and said, "Let's get Taylor to 6K." We definitely should get Taylor to 6K. I'm gonna pull this up for a second. Let me let's see, share my screen. Screen 2. All right, so this is Taylor's channel. Let's do a channel review. You want to do a channel review? Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay. So first of all, your channel banner, Taylor Bell, Business Reselling Lifestyle. I love it. It's got a picture of you. I like the color scheme. It's simple. You've got your links up here for your Poshmark and your Instagram. Also, Brittany said earlier that you model your clothing on Poshmark.
I do. I modeled in high school, so I was able to. I always I knew how to model, I guess, more or less. So I carried those skills over into reselling. And yeah, I model all my clothes, or at least all the clothes that I can model. Some, if I can find a stock photo, I will not model it just to save myself some time. But yeah, I do that. Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Maybe that's the reason I don't do clothing anymore, because I do not model. And I think especially with women's clothing, it's really important to either model or have a stock photo, because stuff just doesn't look right on a hanger.
Or on a man sometimes if you try to. Yeah, no, I agree. It helps. The modeling, I mean, it takes extra time, but the person can actually envision it on them, or like see what it actually looks like on a human. I think the modeling helps a bit.
Yeah. So let me, I'm going to play one of your videos here. Don't give me a copyright strike.
I will not.
All right, let me, let's play this one. This is like halfway through because I rewatched it again. Turn it back, turn the volume up. I just really want you guys to pay attention. I want you to pay attention to just like her intro here. I didn't even see this because it happened so fast. Taylor's stonk portfolio. So are you a PewDiePie fan?
A little bit. I like memes. I'm a huge memer. So stonks was one of my favorite memes when it was.
I put a stonk reference in my last video, I think, or my Pokemon video.
Nice.
But just check out the just check this out.
Yes, Nigel, I hear you. Yes, I have the report right here in front of me. Please reallocate my capital to this diversified set of uncorrelated assets. It should enhance my downside protection without compromising my expected returns. Very well. Well, I'm glad to hear I'm projecting yet another quarter of outsized alpha. Very well. I will speak to you later, Nigel. Thank you very much. Classic Nigel, am I right? What's up, guys? My name is Taylor Bell, and I am a part-time.
I love it. That's the catch. You know, you're pulling people in. I was like, when I first saw that, I was like, what? I was like, oh, this is like acting. And I love it because nobody is doing that. People just, so I love it. I love characters.
Thank you. I had a lot of fun doing it. I don't know. It's different. Not everyone loved it, by the way. I got a couple people who left. It was the negative people that don't like it, which I'm not saying that's for everyone. It's very silly. And if you don't like skits or whatever, then you'll think it's probably a little weird. But yeah, some people that left me constructive criticism, which I do take constructive
Sometimes
criticism.
it's just criticism.
Exactly. And it's funny when people say, not to dive too deep into it, but it's funny when people say, don't take this the wrong way, or like, no hate, but, and then they just hate. And then, and I trust me, I know the difference between constructive criticism and like people trolling. And I love when trolls try to pretend like it's constructive criticism, but they're just being rude. Anyway, those are the people who said, by the way, didn't really love the intro, which was funny, but I had a lot of fun with it.
I love it. I love it. And I like, let's keep watching this.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly.
Time reseller, but today I'm going to talk about something a little bit different. I was actually a guest on Stephan's podcast, which is pretty cool. And I'm going to tell you how that happened. Also, say hello to my dog Charlie's butt. I think it's in the shot. Hey. But before I start,
okay, so just quick review there. First of all, I love the music. I think it's very professional when people put music like in the background. It's very difficult to get it right. The first time I did it, it was way too loud. And so many comments were like, is there another video playing? Why is the music so loud? Because I edited it while I was at my job that I wasn't laid off from yet. So I was like, oh, that's fine. I just need to upload it. And it was terrible. So now it's hard getting the volume right. So I appreciate that. I appreciate the cuts and like the zooms and stuff. Like as an editor, I understand how much work that takes, and like the B-roll of, your everything you put in there. And that was really nice.
Thank you.
Your intro, short, sweet, to the point. Some people have like 20-second long intros, and I hate it. I hate it so much.
Yeah. I try to go short. I don't know. Even mine, I sometimes feel like, oh, people skip through this, but I love the music that I don't know. I love that kind of beat. So I try to keep it short. I don't know if that's too long, but it sounds like you.
No, I like it. That's a lot of like gaming channels. They'll have like an intro, and it's just like all these 3D graphics just like coming in and like ching ching, and it's like 45 seconds. I'm like,
no thanks.
I don't need that.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah.
And also like where you cut out the music when your dog was in there and like zoomed in.
Yeah.
It's just, there's so much just small editing. Like it's not hard to like zoom in and crop and all that stuff, but it just adds. It just makes it such a more pleasant visual experience.
Thank you. I agree. I think the little things go a long way.
All right, let me check out how I profit $110 an hour as a part-time clothing reseller. Yeah. So as you can, this is the first video you posted after the podcast. My experience with Stephan. So that's got 22,000 views, and then another one. You're just trying to milk it. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. My reaction to being on the ice. I bet Graham told you to like react.
No, that was my idea. I was trying to milk it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's something Graham would do. That's we just want to emulate him and his ultimate success.
Yes.
Somebody told me today that I need to react to Graham's videos, and I don't know if they would be like in my niche, but it would be cool to do.
It would
maybe get his attention.
Yeah.
But I really like that how I profit $110 an hour as a part-time clothing reseller. I like the title of that because, like what you said earlier, now that you have a majority male audience on your channel, a lot of people only think about the hourly income. Like with my income video, $15,000 in a month, and I still had people commenting like, "Oh, how much is that an hour?" Like, I don't know. Like, why? Like, thinking of income in an hourly rate is like a very poor person mindset. Like most business people that are successful don't think about their hourly income anymore. It's more like a yearly thing. Or even a monthly. But somebody question about like, hourly, how much you make an hour, how much you spending on gas. I'm like, once you start making a good amount of money, those things are just such small things to worry about,
I know what you mean. I guess just where I'm coming from with making that video and overanalyzing my hourly wage is because when I first started, I don't know if you said in the video I talk about when I first started, I procrastinated a lot and I felt like I was wasting so much time. So I just kind of needed to know, am I making like $5, like just to value my time and see kind of where I was at, do like a status check, let's call it. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't making $5 an hour because I sometimes felt like, geez, I feel like I'm spending 20 hours a day on this and not making a ton. But then I really broke it down, systematized my process to find out what I was making. So now I don't really time myself anymore. I wanted to do that experiment to know what my baseline potential was when I was being efficient. So I guess that's kind of where I was coming from. But I know you.
Yeah, 100%. I wasn't saying bad about you. I was saying that a large portion of the audience, reselling audience, likes viewing it as an hourly income. I was just saying, like, from a business standpoint, it's not really, but that's a good video because most people that watch videos are interested in the hourly income.
Right.
I mean, that should, like, one of my next videos may be something about hourly income, because that would do really well, because people that get into reselling are generally like looking for side hustles, or they got laid off as a stay-at-home mom, and people in those situations are used to thinking of income in an hourly rate. So if you make a video like that, it's probably more relatable than talking about what you make in a month or what you make in a year.
Yeah, maybe.
So that was a very smart move. I wasn't criticizing you.
Oh, no, I know. I didn't take it that way, I guess. I see both sides is what I mean.
Let me check
I know what you meant. Oh, someone asked me, did I thrift in college? I actually did not. I didn't buy any clothes while I was in college.
RK Knight is just relentless.
I'm laughing. He said, what's a milk drinker like you doing here? Go home to your Jack. Oh my God.
Milk drinker. Let's see. So just taking a look at your thumbnails. Your thumbnails are really good. I think, didn't Meet Kevin comment on your channel and say that your thumbnails were good?
Yeah, he did on the video you were on before, the 22,000 one. That's what I call.
Let's look at the comments on here.
Yeah, there's some cool ones. He said my thumbnails are insanely good or something like that.
Okay, so there's
your comments. Are ridiculously good is what he said. That's so nice.
Okay, so we got Graham Stephan says, here early. Very thoughtful comment, Graham. 2.57 million subscribers. I really like, I think this is like the vidIQ plugin, but it shows how many subscribers somebody that comments has. So generally, if it's a hate comment, it says like 0 or 1.
Yep, exactly. It sure does.
Here early. Oh, there's mine. Oh, I think that's just there because it's my channel.
Yep.
There's Meet Kevin. Your thumbnails are ridiculously good. 559 likes. Let's go ahead and make it 560.
Thank you.
That's cool that he's watching. This is Tech Today. And all these channels are verified. So that means I think you have to have over 150,000, 303,000. The Iced Coffee Hour. So I'm assuming that's Jack. Thanks so much for coming on. It was nice to meet you. Good luck in New York. Hit the like button, or the like button has been smashed. He should have said obliterated.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, smash is their thing, I guess.
Who's here from Grand Stephan? We are. I want to find some hate comments.
Yeah. They got
to be down at the bottom. Oh, there's Brittany, Essential Endeavors. Brittany is like the queen of leaving thoughtful comments.
I know. She's really is. I learned her comments. Yeah, I found her pretty early on, and I commented on one of her videos, like, "Oh, I like your shirt," something super, surface level, and she wrote back this whole long comment, like, on my channel, and yeah, she's great.
You're so likable. I envy your confidence. I can't use my hands to talk.
I do use my hands.
See, stuff like that, like just appearing confident on camera and like talking with your hands and just freely having a conversation. Like, I think if you could I think the biggest hurdle is learning how to talk to a camera as if it were a person, and I think once you manage that, you become just naturally more likable on camera, or at least appear more confident.
Right. Yeah. I mean, some of my first videos, I felt like I was comfortable, but rewatching them now, it's silly. I'm so much more comfortable now.
I guess the big question is, did Jack get a second date?
Yeah.
He did. Technically.
What did I reply there?
Let's see. Update on me and Jack coming out on the Iced Coffee Hour channel this Sunday.
Yep. I wrote that last night.
5.68 thousand subs. That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, wow. What? Cool. I was at 5.5 this morning. So it's crazy. I still don't believe it.
I saw you on Graham's channel. I'm not seeing any hate comments.
Probably at the bottom. I don't answer those.
That's good.
Yeah. No, it was overwhelmingly positive. I talked about this last night when I was over there and when we filmed. They asked me like what the reaction was on my channel, and besides having all these new subscribers, I got just an overwhelmingly nice comments, like very thoughtful. And I thought people were going to come over, and some people just like to hate on like a young girl for whatever, not just girls, guys too, anybody. I thought there were going to be more trolls is what I'm saying, but it was overwhelmingly very nice, as I'm sure you can see in most of these comments.
Yeah.
So I appreciate it a lot.
I wonder if they get, because when I saw the thumbnail, confronting a Tinder date, and then I watched the podcast and they were like, we wanted to use a Tinder date, but we just had a subscriber. We're still going to use that title anyway. I'm like, that's a little clickbait, Graham.
A little bit. Yeah, I agree a little bit. They got my permission to say Tinder date because I obviously wasn't a Tinder date. I just was a subscriber who commented on their video. And but yeah, I get why they did it. It is a little
cool. Just downloaded Tinder real fast and just matched with Graham with Jack really fast, and then it would have been official.
Yeah.
Graham is really good at thumbnails too.
Yeah, they spend a lot of time on them. Graham, he's told me that he spends like an hour a day on YouTube analytics, and they spend like an hour just creating the thumbnail, him and Jack. Yeah, they spend a lot of time on it. So
this is Graham's channel. His I'm surprised that his channel banner is just his car. It seems like he should have more up there.
Plus, he just drives a Tesla now more so, I think.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
So this is like his his viral video, how I bought a Tesla for $78 per month, 7 million views, 74% dislike ratio.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
he got a lot of hate on that video because it was like,
oh, I know.
Like, it was actually $380 a month, but after my tax credit and the money I'll save on gas and blah blah blah, like
right.
But wow, 7 million views on a wait, what was that?
Oh, just 74. I'm shocked. I didn't realize it was disliked. Like I watched it like a couple weeks ago. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, that's really low.
But go ahead.
So let's do the math here real fast. So Graham, that would probably count as a finance video. So Graham probably made, let's be conservative and say $20 RPM on that. So that's good. 20 times, I'm really bad at math. So if you get $20 for every 1,000 views, somebody do the math.
I'm just reading the comments. Let's see. 7 million divided by 1,000. That would be 7,000. So 7,000 times 20, right? $20 you said RPM?
Yeah. So if he gets paid $20 per 1,000 views on a 7 million view video, he should have made $140,000 in ad revenue from that one video. So do you think he cares that he got a 74% dislike ratio on that?
I don't know. Graham might, but no, probably not at the end of the day.
No, probably not. Yeah. And that's the grand scheme of thing. Like, it wasn't a lie. It technically does cost $78 per month, but you post something like that, it's going to get a lot of views. It's his most viewed video, but it's going to get a lot of hate too.
Of course.
So you gotta do that sometimes.
Yep.
But yeah, if you guys are not subscribed, why is my bell not turned on for Graham? Oh my gosh. If you're not subscribed to Graham, go do so. Also, let me make sure I got my bell on for you. Taylor Bell.
Yep.
There subscribed. I do.
Hey, thank you. Your bell is on, of course.
All right, let me remove that. But yeah, I like your channel. I haven't seen all your videos. I think I've watched like 4 of them, 4 or 5.
I'll take it.
Looks like you have a lot, but your thumbnails are really good. Obviously, you got a nice little boost. So I would just keep doing what you're doing. It seems like you're taking it pretty seriously. I wish you the best of luck. It seems like you'd be interested in doing YouTube full time, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's a dream. It's cool. I mean, I worry about not having like corporate benefits and health insurance, stuff like that. I worry about even as a 23-year-old. I think about it a lot. But doing YouTube full time, I mean, if you're on Graham's level, let's say, of making money, then you don't have to worry about this stuff anyway. So anyway, it's always going to be in the back. My in-laws and parents were worried about that. Like when I do reselling in YouTube, I did the calculations. My old job was giving me like a 3% match of my income into my 401k, which was basically $1,200 a year that they were giving me. I'm like, okay, so if I just make an extra $1,200 a year, $100 a month, I can just do my own match. That's that. Health insurance, they were taking out like $240 or like $120 per paycheck from health insurance. And then I bought my own health insurance and it's $220 a month. So it's actually cheaper. It's not quite as good as higher deductible, but financially it's the same price. Right.
PTO, like I think my mother-in-law said something about PTO. I'm like, I'm a YouTuber. I have unlimited PTO. My wife and I went to Universal Studios a couple weeks ago, and I didn't have to ask off. I didn't have to put it on the timesheet. I didn't have to ask my manager. I just went.
Yeah. Where did you? Universal Studios, LA, or is there?
Florida.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I've never been. I'm in South Carolina. I've never been further west than like Alabama.
Oh, you
So
gotta.
I need to travel more.
Yes, and you can. I mean, yeah, that'd be cool if you made videos on the road. If you could, like thrifting in other cities
Yeah, I wanted to do that this summer, like just go on like a big road trip and visit a bunch of resellers and travel, but then Corona.
Yeah, no, I get it.
So maybe next summer.
Maybe next summer. Yeah, that'd be fun. But yeah, you should come. I mean, I'll host you in LA. I'll show you around if you want to come here.
Awesome. I would love to visit LA. I would not love to live in LA.
That's fair. There's ups and downs. Absolutely.
Are you going to move to Vegas with Graham, unlike everybody else in California?
No, I like Vegas for a weekend. I think it's cool, but I would never want to live in the desert. I mean, you could argue that LA in a lot of ways is a desert, but I just love being close to the ocean. Even if I don't see it every day, it's not like I live on the water, but I don't know. I like being on the coast. California is expensive as heck, and it's becoming, some of the legislation. It's pretty poorly governed. I think. I think a lot of people would agree with that. Graham agrees with that. But it's got everything. I grew up on Yosemite, Joshua Tree, like just an hour each way. You got the desert, you got the mountains, you got the ocean. It's an incredible state. I mean, there's a reason why 3 million people live here. The weather. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it's something like that. Anyway, I'm a big fan of California. It's just, it's expensive. So,
it's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I will plan on coming out. Have me a cot ready in the garage.
Sounds good. I can do that.
Yeah, the view, you sent me like a picture of like what you're looking at now on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you have that, like pull it up, put it on camera, because I loved it.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if the sun is still up there.
Oh no, it got dark. It's kind of hard to tell. But yeah, there's my ring light and all. Oh, that looks terrible. You can't even tell what's going on. But you can see we're Valley. Like, I'm a Valley girl when you hear the Valley. But you can see whole view of the Valley, and then there's the Cahuenga Pass is what it's called, and that's where there's the Hollywood sign. And then you can see right through those mountains to downtown LA. So you can see the U.S. Library Tower, the really tall one that is in the movies. So you can see that. It's far away. And then the Hollywood sign is on the other side of the mountain that I'm facing. That probably makes no sense, but it's a nice view. I can see if I can find one here. I guess I sent you a picture. It's kind of hard to tell what it looks like, but yeah.
Anyway. You just post it on your Instagram later. Speaking of that, everybody go follow her on Instagram. Tay K Bell.
Yes.
I think you're just over 2,000 followers on Instagram, and
something like that. Yeah. It's pretty cool. And I got a bunch from the podcast too, which I didn't even think about that would happen, but yeah. So
that's awesome.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I don't want to keep you too much longer. We're over an hour, but guys, go check out her channel. It's linked in the description of this video. Just said follow her on Instagram. Feel free to follow her on Instagram if you want to do that. She posts pretty much every day, so feel free to join her there.
Yeah,
practicing on my Graham Stephan. But Taylor, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate you being here. And again, super happy for you. A little bit jealous. And if Graham ever wants to come on the show, tell him he has an open invitation anytime.
Sounds good.
I'll pay him $50.
Better than the $10,000 dinner offer.
Yeah. It'll be a good conversation. I promise I'll have a good conversation for him.
I believe it. Well, thank you so much for having me on. This was a lot of fun. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. Guys, thanks for watching. Again, follow Taylor on Instagram and YouTube. Give her some good comments to read, some constructive criticism, not just criticism, no dislikes. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you